everybody, this is Wallguy and I'm back. Meowth's back, we're both back, vacation is over. So now it's time to do what we do best, and that's kick lots of asses and take lots of names and then do weird stuff to them and try to get better and better as we always do. Now I want to quickly remind you that we are on Twitter now. We started that up just before we left. Haven't really had a chance to get that deep into it, but we're here now and we're looking to make that a strong second place for you guys to interact with us. So as always, you can find a link to our Twitter in the description of this video, or go to our channel page and find the link there. Getting back to our vacation, it was a great time, but it didn't start out so great as we would have liked. In fact, we got to the airport at LAX, and we found out after sitting for a little while and hanging out that our plane had been delayed. And you know, like, whatever, that kind of stuff happens, like a little delay here and there, no big deal, except for the fact that we needed to take this quick flight to get us to San Francisco, and that would connect us to our final destination. So this delay had a very real chance of making us miss our connecting flight. And that's exactly what was going to happen, because this flight was delayed like even further, and that put us in a situation where we could take this flight and get out whenever it finally took off and end up in San Francisco, and having missed a connecting flight, wait some 10 hours in the airport for another possible flight. They could get you on standby and you would hope to get on a few hours earlier than that, but in any case, it's pretty fucking ridiculous for a flight that was booked over a month in advance for this sort of thing to happen. Now, neither of us had any great itch to sit a couple more hours at LAX and then fly to San Francisco and wait another 10 plus hours for another chance at a flight. So what we decided to do instead was move our flight back a day and take a non-stop flight that would eventually get us out of there on time for that flight. But as is with the other option and with this option, we lose a day of our vacation, and I cannot believe that for a flight that's booked a month in advance that they can screw up so bad that you lose a whole day of your vacation. So what was their excuse for all of this madness? It wasn't weather. That's the go-to excuse they normally use. You can't really argue with weather. No, this was something entirely different. Their excuse? A waiting flight crew. Seriously, they didn't have a flight crew for our plane, supposedly. Now, I knew about this flight a month in advance because that's when I booked it, as I've said. But they knew about this flight since God knows when, like forever. And you mean to tell me they don't have a flight crew for the plane? Sure, the flight crew could have called in sick somehow and blah blah blah, but I know for a fact that they have plenty of flight crews on standby to take the place of, you know, any unfortunate happenings with the other flight crews. So basically, these guys are lying to our faces. What is actually going on is they're overbooking their planes as they normally do. Everybody knows about that. And chances are they overbooked to a point that they needed a bigger plane and they couldn't get a hold of one, or they needed a second plane and couldn't get a hold of one. During this delay, I mean, we're sitting there during the time that our flight should have already taken off, and they're not awaiting a flight crew, they're awaiting a plane too. There was no planes docked at our terminal. Now, the moral of this story simply is avoid United Airlines if at all possible ever. Thankfully, the vacation itself was great. We had a lot of fun time with some good friends in the Pacific Northwest. We saw the Blue Angels again, as Meowth was talking about. We saw them twice, actually, from two different vantage points. They were basically flying right over our heads. It was pretty amazing. And we saw and did all kinds of other awesome stuff as well. So, all in all, an awesome trip. But we're back now and ready to resume our lives and bring you the content we always do. Hopefully, in our time away, it didn't feel too much like we were away, and the constant stream of videos was enough to appease even your deepest and darkest desires. Thing about going on vacation is you try to prepare as much as you can for your leaving, so while you're gone, things don't get out of control in your life or like your responsibilities. And part of that for us was making sure that you guys had videos to watch on our channel while we were gone. And that involved preparing about 5 videos immediately before we went on our vacation. The last couple days we were scrounging it together. And normally it's our practice to save a lot of footage, as much as we can, of our better games. So if the game is particularly slow during a period and we can't play, we can't get games, or if our lives get in the way and make it so we can't play when there are games, we always have footage that we can use for new videos. And we usually have at least a handful ready to go, and if we can, we finish the videos a day or two early themselves. But in making those 5 videos just before we left for vacation, we pretty much exhausted our cache of videos completely. So that means that when our final of the 5 videos played, which was the one before this, we were out of footage completely, and we were going to have to come back and gather a bunch of new footage in time to both have like opening clip footage and full gameplay footage. So there was definitely a rush to do that over the past couple days, and now that we've taken care of it, you see the product of the first rush to do that, and we'll have to continue to build our cache up for a little while, and hopefully our regularly scheduled releases will not be interrupted in the process. Another thing that kind of suffered while we were gone is our server, because we have less ability to monitor it and do the sort of things we normally do to keep the numbers up and stay on top of things the way we like to. On vacation, obviously, you get involved with a lot of things, and you're not really around to check things as often as you'd like. And we also we lack certain equipment where we were that we have at home that makes running a server a lot easier. So it was a challenge, and we definitely suffered a numbers loss and went down in the rankings a little bit while we were gone. But now that we're back, we'll fix that, and things should get back on track. The numbers should go up, and everything will be back to normal. Alright, with all that out of the way, we can finally talk a bit about this gameplay. I started off a little bit slow, collecting most of my deaths in the first couple minutes, but I've gotten on a little bit of roll here, and it looks like I got people right where I want them. I'm going to drop that artillery and see what happens. Pa, 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 pa. You're gone. Thank you, pistol awesomeness. Get a little bit more ammo. And I've got an airstrike to dole out. Where should I put it? Oh, I guess this is the best place. Let's try that. Get the hell out of there. Set in this nice little nuke camp spot. Yep, that worked good enough, but not quite. I got a ways to go to get a cruise missile, so let's work my way up there. Hopefully I don't blow this. They come. Nope. Nope. 30 more points. It's always dangerous sitting right here. I could get him. Oh, they almost got me. I just need one more kill. One more kill. And yes, I got my cruise missile. Let's go drop this on these mofos. Should be a good one. And here we go. Oh, look at all those orange dots. This is going to be beautiful. Sploosh! Heh. Before I go, I want to talk about the live commentaries we've been doing as of late. Meowth has been doing them. He's completed 2 at this point. They've been doing really well. It seems you guys enjoy them, so that will be taken as you want us to do more of these. So going forward, Meowth will try to do a lot of live commentaries, and I will focus on channel updates and regularly planned topics, and at some point I'll get in there with some live comms as well. You'll know that it's a live commentary because it'll be either labeled Meowth Live or Wallguy Live, and then so on and so forth, whatever the rest of the title is. See you guys later.